In the morning when I get up, I wish that we could stop and take each day. In the evening when I get home, always hope to find you all alone and out of harm's way. Every time I look around, I hope to find you looking back at me. You're everything I ever hope to see. In the morning when I get up, wish that we could stop and take each day. In the evening when I get home.
Well, welcome to the 1 Million Mile Road Trip. Today we're going to talk about what upgrades we have to help us live off the grid, basically in dry camping, boondocking, whatever you want to call it. I know when you camp in the desert like we have before, or in the forest, national forests, or in BLM land, it's boondocking because you're kind of out there with no utilities. But if you camp at Walmart or Cracker Barrel like we do quite a bit, people don't like you to call it boondocking, so they call it dry camping, but it's all the same. You do not have any utilities. You don't have sewer and water and electrical. Well, when we first started the full-time RV life, we had done it once before, and we didn't have anything but our normal batteries. So if we camped overnight, where we were trying to watch TV or charge iPad and various little things, maybe a light on or anything, we noticed that, excuse my hair, I got a window right here. We noticed that we were running our batteries down. So when we decided this time, we sold the store, our house, everything. We didn't have a storage unit, we didn't have anything. We decided to go get solar. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about solar to start with. I called my insurance company because I wanted to have how much is it going to be to add solar to the RV in case we had a hailstorm, in case we had a fire, in case we had a wreck, in case we had anything. And he gave us a quote, and he said, "Who's putting on your solar?" And I said, well, at the time I was thinking I would. I'm not well versed in it. Maybe I'd have a friend help me or something. He said, well, you need to have somebody that's licensed, bonded, and insured. And the reason why, he said, if the RV catches a fire for any reason, they're going to go to the things that are not been installed by a professional, bonded, licensed, insured installer. So we went to a place here. I'm going to put a card up. It's Solar Energy Systems out of Napanee, Indiana. Great people. I mean, great people. And they let us stay on their property plugged in during the install, and they were very busy. They've had a lot of people to do work for up there. And while I was initially going to put 1,400 watts of solar on the roof, but when they got up there, he said, you know, solar panels are the cheapest thing you can buy during the installation. A major component. It's the cheapest. They're 200 watts. It's about $1 a watt. So, excuse me. So he said, you know, we got a lot more room than 1,400 watts. Easy peasy, you know. So I talked to my wife, of course, you know, and we decided to put 2,400 watts on the roof. And the reason, one, I did this, because I'm not going to have tilt panels. They're not going to be tilted. I'm not climbing up on the roof at my age. My wife's not going to do it. It's slippery. You're asking for accidents when you have to do that. If you're young, 21, 22, 23, 20s, yeah, I'd probably do it again. I'd put the tilt panels. But having 2,400 watts on the roof, the sun may not all, there's never going to get them all at the same time. Never do it. But you got so many that we've getting about 18 to 2,000 watts of sun, and that's pretty good. So we had the solar panels put up there. And then, of course, I had 6 lithium batteries already purchased in my RV at a different location on a slide-out tray. And I didn't want them there because they were in the weather underneath there. They got a big open area. I mean, you know, if it gets real cold, wet, whatever. So, and they had batteries. Battleborn was actually on sale, a couple $100 off at the time. So we just went and bought 4 more. Gave me 1,000 amp hours of Battleborn. Now, batteries are the most expensive thing you can buy in your solar install. For us it was. Now, they've got batteries half of that price for Battleborn. You know, I don't know. I went with Battleborn because of just a number of things, you know, put together in the United States. They had the 10-year warranty, all this. But now they've got some that come out of China. I think Nomadic Fanatics used them in his install, or one of his installs. And you come out of China, they're a third of what Battleborn costs. Now, if somebody said, well, they may not last 3 or 4 years. Well, you could go replace another one for the price that I had for my whole set of Battleborns. My Battleborns cost around average $800 a piece. So, you know, you're talking about $8,000 right there for the batteries. I got 2 charge controllers for different areas of the solar. And then I had originally had Magnum inverters, and if you go back and watch that film, we had a Magnum inverter fail. And it was right at the end of COVID, and we tried to get another one to replace that, and it still, that was in 22, to this date still, I have not recovered that yet. So, you know, they owe me another inverter, or at least some money from that inverter that was under warranty. So we're dealing with that. Well, excuse me. I bought 2 Victron Multi-Plus 2s to use in my solar. That, and I'm getting kind of drawn out on the solar, but I really want to explain this to you. The Victron Multi-Plus 2, they're around between $1,500 and $1,800, depending on the price you get now. And what they are is, if they're 3,000 watts a piece. If I'm running 2 air conditioners in here, and for whatever reason something else kicks on, the microwave or something, then one inverter can borrow watts from the other inverter. It's don't ask me how. I'm not an engineer to tell you how that works, but it does. We had 2 air conditioners on, the microwave, refrigerator, the cooktop, the well, the pump, I mean not the well, but the pump in here. And I clicked on the 3rd air conditioner. I have easy starts, and it still did not kick off a breaker. It's amazing. Now, do I run 3 air conditioners in here on batteries? I could, but it's just not going to last as long on the batteries. Normally, we'll run 1 air conditioner if we need it, but we try to go to places we're not required to run our air conditioner if we're off grid. You know, follow the 70, but sometimes it does get it, and we just run the forward air conditioner, and it'll run around 6 to 7 hours. And then we have our generator set where if the batteries fall down to a certain percent, I think it was like 35%, generator kicks on 10 kW. It'll move it all the way up to 75%. I think I've got it set at, and then it kicks it off again, and they stay on the battery. So that's if we have animals in here. I just don't want to take a chance on getting them heat stroke. Okay, but you can, if you want to, start out. We have really good friends, RVing and Danny. They have a smaller solar system they had done in Mobile, Alabama. I think and I don't hold me to this, but I think they have like 600 or 800 watts solar on the roof, and then they have like 3 or 4 Battleborn, or 3 or 4 batteries. I don't think they're Battleborn, but you know, small systems like that will do everything you need to do that may not run any air conditioning, but they can run your computers, TV, refrigerator, you know, that sort of thing. And our refrigerator is a residential. It's all electric, no gas. It runs all the time. So you can do a lot smaller system. You don't have to go as I've heard my wife say, I went crazy on the solar, but we just wanted to be able to make coffee just like the intro. We wanted to make coffee without having to worry about flipping a breaker. And there our old thing when we didn't have lithium, we could not turn the coffee pot on and then run the pump on the water without flipping a breaker. But now, no problem. Just like 50 amp, basically our system is, you can consider everything just about 50 amp, just like being plugged in, and that's what I like about it. Okay, the number 2 thing about dry docking, boondocking that you're going to have to conserve is water. When we are parked, just like at my father-in-law's house, we have electricity here, and he has a long hose out to one of his well spigots. We use quite a bit of water because we're not trying to conserve it. We know that we can get it. But if you're dry camping, boondocking, we try to conserve water. We don't drink water from inside the RV, although I've cleaned the system a couple of times with clocks and various things. We just don't trust anything that we get water anywhere else, so we run everything through our drinking water, coffee, everything goes through our Berkey. We put the water from the tank of the RV in our Berkey, and our Berkey cleans it, and then it just tastes better to us. Now, we do use the water from the sink to shower, and the dog's water, and we do wash dishes in it, so we're not saying it's contaminated, we just don't drink it. Now, you say, well, shower. Both of you can't shower every day. You're right, you don't shower every day. That's just a thing, you know. The best way, what we do when we're boondocking is we take what they call a Navy shower, or my wife calls it a spit bath, where she takes a small amount of water out of the tank there and basically rubs her stuff down, soaps up, and then takes a small amount of water and cleans off, and maybe washes her hair maybe once every 2 days or 3 days instead of every day. And you think if you're boondocking somewhere, they got a creek or a pond, or no, I'm not for jumping in ponds unless I know where I'm at. But they got a creek or a pools in the area or anything, you can utilize even that. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe a little chilly, but you can do that. Now, what we do also is we have a gym membership with Planet Fitness, and if you're over 65, they do offer certain things through your Medicare and your Advantage or whatever. Or you can pay $10 a month. $10 a month is not bad. And you go and use the showers there. They have nice showers, and you can do a little workout. And there's another thing is you can use truck stop showers. Now, I've seen tons of videos on truck stop showers. We personally have never used one, but I do plan on doing it in the future because I've heard they are awesome. You know, they have a bathroom in there and a shower, and you can go in and you can get a good shower anytime you want to. Now, I think they charge $10. Some of them, they may be a little bit more, and you may have to wait in line. You go in, put your name down, and they call you with a loudspeaker. You know, your shower's ready. Okay, now that's the water end of it. But we are very conservative on water when we're camping, like dry camping. We just make sure we have enough water, and you can carry bottled water to drink if you don't want to take it through like a Berkey. You can do, there's a lot of different things you can do. Bottled water, or you know, they sell water like in 2 or 3 gallon jugs at Walmart. You know, you can keep a little extra there for that. Another thing though, and this is something that we actually changed because of some recommendations from other RVers that spend a lot of time off grid. And this is a kind of, not, people don't like to talk about it, but you got to talk about it. What do you do about the black tank and going poo? You know, how do you watch your black tank? Because you can fill your black tank up fairly quick if you throw toilet paper down it and everything. Now, when we are hooked up to a regular RV camp, we use regular Charmin or whatever toilet paper, and we just the same, never had a problem. Of course, we have our tanks cleaned. Well, they have a professional flush company come out and clean our tanks every couple of years, just because we don't want any problems in the future and want our gauges in the tank to be clean. And we have a video, if you can go back, where we had it cleaned, I think last year. Now, there's a way, and this is not the greatest thing, and I wouldn't use this method unless I'm off-grid trying to really save between dumps. I don't want to have to go dump every 2 weeks while camping in the desert or something. It's just too much a hassle to put everything up and go out every 2 weeks. So if I can make it a month, and we average about a month before we have to dump our black tank. And you know, a lot of people feel like the gray tank is mostly in water, maybe dish detergent, and they don't have a problem dumping the gray tank on the ground even, or digging a hole and dumping the gray tank. Put in the comments what you do and what's your opinion on that. We normally just keep as much in the gray tank so we push all our black tank out of our hose. We always dump the black first and the gray right behind it, and it just cleans our hose. But when you're going to the bathroom and we're off grid, we tried this last couple months ago and it worked great. We were able to stay without dumping our black tank for almost 5 weeks this way, because we didn't have a lot of toilet paper in there. We started putting our toilet paper in a separate bag to the side. Now, I was totally against this, and I'm still totally against that if I'm at an RV park. There's no reason why you don't put it down the toilet at an RV park. None. But if you're off-grid and you're camping like in the mountains or a place, and you want to stretch out that black tank from having to dump the longest, you can take and put all of your paper products in a bag, and each time you use it, seal the bag up and throw it away in your trash. And then when you can take your trash, most of these places have dumpsters close by, you dump it like that. It doesn't stink, that I found. And we're currently doing that right now because we're at her father-in-law's, which we don't have a method for dumping the black tanks. So we're going to try to stretch it out to about 5 weeks and then go to a local RV park. They charge them now $20 to dump. So, you know, that's the cost. That's what it is. I've checked with sewer companies to try to get them to come out and dump. You know, a lot of places like these air shows and stuff, they'll have a truck that comes around for so many dollars and they'll dump all these tanks. Well, I know it's capable and they can do that, but around here, no, they're not interested, because I don't think they think that you can get enough money to do that. You know, there's not enough money in it for them. But that is pretty much how we do the our camping, and there's no one perfect way to do it. And when you start dry camping, boondocking, basically you experiment for yourself how you save water, how you go about doing Navy shower, they call it, or spit bath or whatever, or you get water from the creek if you're close and hang a portable shower outside, those black things that get real warm and you take a shower. I bought one of those. You know, different things like that will let you take a quick shower with water that's outside. And, you know, I'm sure, you know, these springs up in Colorado and stuff, they're going to be extremely cold. But if I take it out, fill these shower bags up, let it get hot, and I'm not, you know, put on my bathing suit, go outside and take a shower. I think that, you know, would be one way to do it. I've seen everything. I've seen people just dive in these cold lakes and just, you know, rinse off and everything, and you just kind of get clean that way. But it's you kind of need to experiment and watch other people's channels. Watch people that do the boondocking a lot or do the dry camping. And look, don't take offense that if you call it boondocking a Cracker Barrel that somebody's going to say, that's not boondocking, that's dry camping, or you're just overnight. You're still having to conserve water, electricity, and your black tank, and you can call it anything you want to. I call it occasionally boondocking when I don't mean it boondocking. I call it lot docking or dry camping, or I've heard it called cracker docking. But we're going to cover those type of things in the future. We've stayed at Cracker Barrel a whole bunch. We've stayed at Sam's and Home Depot. Very rarely Walmart, just because it is so crowded and so noisy, and I just don't trust leaving sometimes stuff on the back of the car or around the Jeep that I worry about somebody, borrowing something. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you will come back and share our videos and even watch them to the end. That's the best way to help us. We have some videos coming up about our 2 cats and dogs and their stuff they do in this RV. It's just hilarious. And some of the other places we're going, and our journey to get to 4,000 watch hours. We've had, and I'm not getting into this too much on here, just to say that we'd appreciate it if you would subscribe and watch our videos, share them if you would. We've been making videos for 3 years. We have over 500,000 watch hours. 500,000 views, but we still can't get to that 4,000 watch hours. So YouTube would start paying us for the advertisement they run on our channel. Anyway, it's a journey. I know it's not a sprint. Okay, I want to go now. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope to see you out there on the road. Have a great day.